Good evening, everybody, and back. Welcome. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Angercast in No Man's Sky. We are at our base, and we've got a lot of things to do, so we got to get right into it. That humming is a little annoying. Remember how we were doing the farming so we can build the bases, so we can build the farm for the three products: liquid explosives, circuit board, and the living glass. So far, I have got, and we were going to go get some more recipes for heat capacitor, the circuit board, the liquid explosive, the glass, and a couple of other items: the microfiber, polyfiber, and the acid. Some of those I got um, basically by going around using finding the locations that are secure, you have to break into, and solving the riddle. Oh, they grew back finally. Solving the riddle and going into one of those places and getting, um, solving that riddle that gives you the option of unlocking a recipe. Still got to do that, and I've decided that I'm not going to go looking for them. I just bought planetary charts for secure sites. I bought 10 of them because it's a toss-up of which ones you're going to actually get. But next, we want to show you how to plan out the sites. Now, if you remember from way back when, last year I did that video, the Angry Acres Farm video, I showed you two different ways to do it. You can have one full farm with 31 biodomes with all the products that you need, or you can do three different farms on three different planets where the most abundant ingredient for the recipe, each recipe, can be planted outside. The reason I did those things is because at the time, and somebody was nice enough to point out in the video that, you just go into the center of the room and you click the button and you collect all the items. Well, at the time that I made that video, you couldn't do that. You couldn't collect one touch clicking on the center of the biodome. You had to collect every individual one. So it made no sense for me to go and have 31 biodomes and have to run around. That was ridiculous. It also made no sense for me to make a farm where you had individual biodomes for all the ingredients, and instead of having to use three different worlds, because again, I had to still collect all the star bramble, I still had to collect all the gamma weed, I still had to collect all of the fungal mold. So that flash forward to now, after I don't know which update it happened, maybe the Beyond, you don't have to go in and collect individually. You can go in right into the center of the room and just, tap on harvest all plants and it'll do it. So I said to myself, well, if you're not going to have to collect individual plants, there's no need for you to have uh, individual farms for each ingredient on each planet that can sustain those one item outside, because it would be more of a, pain in the ass to have to go and collect, one touch click, one touch click, one touch click, and then go outside and individually collect 120 fungal mold. So I decided that if that's the case, we can now have a huge ass base in one place and collect all the items just by running up and down rows of biodomes and collecting all that. So I went ahead and I did this. We're almost done, but I want to show you the last few steps. Now, do understand, this comes with a caveat. I had to significantly increase the amount of had to significantly increase the amount of power being generated over there at the power farm, so that I can sustain all this, which is about 2,164 kp available. I'm using up 1,900 of them. And you can see here, I can just go right up these steps into each place and collect each one. Boom, boom, boom. Keep going, keep going, keep going. But something happened along the way, and I don't know what it was. But things didn't come back every time. Like this one's missing a door and half of the gamma weed. This is missing all of the gamma weed and a door. And these were already done. This is missing all of the fungal mold, and it's, you know, I don't know what's going on here. Now, I will get to the point of all this, but if you choose, these aren't broken, by the way. I'll explain it in a minute, but if you want to figure out how to build these things, you can see I've got these steps here, which are part of the basic structures under, under the metal structure. So let's show you how we're doing this. So I have these two. All right, I have these two here. So let's click that, put that one down, put in another one. Snap to it, Jim. Snap into it. Come on. This gets a little bit hairy after a while. All right. That's not the way. That's not right. it can be a pain in the ass. This gets really wonky after a while. And then I need a flat panel here. Connect the two pieces together. I have to get out of the way. Now, how do I get these biodomes to connect off of here when these aren't compatible products? This is basic structures and the large prefabs that we're looking at. So the easiest way to do it is to go into your large prefabs, get your circular room, and place it right on top of that space, right there at the top. Take another one, which is can be a straight one, doesn't matter which one it is, as long as you can get that connection. Get rid of this, you don't need it anymore. Put in another piece, straight up piece, and then attach a T-piece, as long as you get two different sides, right there. And then you don't need these spaces, because now we can attach our our items here. And I need some more stuff. So the biodome, of course, is we need some magnetized ferrite, and we need some glass, which of course I told you you can refine glass in the large refiner with the silicate that you get from mining up the land, the silicate powder, but we don't want to do that. So a biodome is, of course, 5 glass each. So we need to build 2 here. So let's put that. We can get this back in our inventory. And then we also need magnetized ferrite, which we gotta go refine some of that. So let's get that in here. Boom. We need enough for 2. And they are 25 each, so I only need 50. I'm going to stop it at 50, so we don't have to waste all of that right now, because I've been having some competing problems of building stuff where I need magnetized ferrite versus pure ferrite. So it's always nice to keep that stuff around. Do I have? Did I actually pick it up? Yes, I did. Okay. So back to what we were doing. We have our little T-piece here, and then we want to build our item there and our another item over here. Now we can get rid of the piece in the middle, and then we can go in here. Can't see what I'm doing. Go in here and add in our stuff. Now here's a part of the problem we're having. These overlap, so no matter what I plan in here, I can only have one space as being occupied by that top position. It kind of obstructs it a little bit. I'm going to have to put some doors on here in order to get into the place. And then when we go in, you can start to plant your stuff. Now you can see that I don't get a full 16 pieces in here because the door takes up 2 spots, or 3 spots. But you can get rid of the door. And be very careful. This is where it gets a little bit tricky, where it gets to be a pain in the butt. I've gotten rid of the door. Now I can plant whatever item that I need. If I can pick the right thing. That'll go right there. Boom. Put those 3 in there, and then you can put the door back in, and it's not such. It'll still grow over top of it. So it's not that big of a deal to do. I mean, it's not that big of a deal to get all of the items you need in one space. It is a big of a deal to have to try to figure out all of the um, all of the weird stuff about it. Now, I put that door on there. I built these two items. Now look what happened here. You see what I'm talking about? I built one item, and all of a sudden, this stuff all comes back, and you can see I've got all of my doors are back. Everything is back where I left it. It just disappeared for a second, and it took me forever to figure this out. I thought, oh, somebody stole all my stuff. I thought, oh, there's a glitch, so, oh, there's these things sitting on top of each other. It's causing an issue. Nah, I think it just won't render everything. I think the math is just getting overloaded where it can't spawn all your stuff in. But the moment I put a door on one of these, everything showed back up again, and I'm like, well, there you go. But the problem is that I didn't build that door, that first door, to know how to fix this little glitch until I had already done the extra work of going through and building all the individual farms. So I've now got twice as many farms. I have enough to make 40 each of the liquid explosive, the circuit boards, and the living glass. Now the other thing with having this big old thing, the big old base, is you can see it's getting laggy and glitchy. I'm falling through steps, I'm falling through floors. So I really don't recommend having this set up this way. I recommend doing the three bases in separate locations. But because of the way Beyond worked, and they added in this power feature, like you can see, I'm hooking up my last two biodomes because of the power feature. And I'm going to save my progress because I don't want to lose anything. Now you can see here, now the batteries disappeared. Now the battery's back. Okay, see what we're saying? It's a little bit glitchy. But now I'm just almost at the threshold of running out of power. And I haven't even put any plants in. I don't know if it affects it with the plants. I think just powering the biodome itself is where you draw the power, not from anything else sitting inside of it. That being said, yeah, we're going to go check out the individual ones. But first, let's get us somewhere where we can find some secure sites and go from there. Alright, so here we are on my Pyrite 1, I called it, because I had the Pyrite depot, supply depots here, and I've already got all I can get. I have to get rid of it. I'm not going to do it right now because it's, you know, it's fine. I have no place to put it at the moment. But I went ahead and built this base with 10 biodomes in order to make the circuit boards. As you can see, I've got my selenium, the star brambles, and the star brambles, selenium, and wow, look at this thing just hanging out in the middle of everywhere. Star brambles, selenium, and something else that I can't see right now. Let's just go run around and check it out. We have this little base here, and this is another world that it doesn't have any effect on me unless it's nighttime. It becomes really, really cold. But I've got my handy dandy little transporter there. We can just run around in a big old circle. Oh, selenium! Oh, more selenium. And then go down this hallway and collect all of the echinocactus or echinacea, whatever I call it, and some star bramble. And oh, there's a rock right in the middle of everything. How about that? That's funny. Wow. This is something you're going to have to contend to, as things will respawn after a while. Oh, my star bramble. Alright, then we run through here. And again, you can see they're growing up through the where the stairs are, because I took the stairs out and placed them. This is ridiculous. I cleared all this stuff away, built the base, and then this happened. So it might be a good idea to find a location where you have no rocks and such that are going to cause you some grief, as it's causing me grief. Yeah. There you go. But as you can see, sometimes we get some goofy stuff here that happens. Yeah. And then more star bramble, And then there's nothing over here. I don't know what I forgot to maybe plant something here. Maybe I'm not done with stuff. Who knows? And then there's our frost crystal, frost wort. And then there you go. But again, I would pick 3 bases where you have the ability to generate power off of a hotspot and not you rely on biofuel reactors or solar panels, because it takes a lot. Now, I do recommend, though, if you're going to have to rely on those types of things, whatever you are not currently going to be using, don't attach to a power source. And I suggest using the proximity switches, which you can get and unlock. You can unlock from the Nexus, or the anomaly, these proximity switches that they shut off if you're not near them. They don't use up as extra power, so you can save on power that way. But let's get to the Let's get to the space station. Let's actually here. No, we are not in we're not in the same system as our super duper base, right? Yeah. So now we can. This planet would be a good place to do it. Let's find secure sites while we're here, so we can unlock the last couple of recipes for items to make all of our cool stuff, and then we can show you how much money we can get. Keep an eye on the counter up there. I have 1,787,000 units. That's our starting point. You will see that dramatically increase. So hopefully it points us to a good one and not one that has goofy stuff in it that I don't care about. How far away is that sucker? Pretty far. We can make it though. Oh god, this was a bad idea. Yep. Placement of your landing pad is always key. Check your surroundings. Alright, this is when I'm going to have to go into space again too. See you on the other side. Alright, this is a good one because it's the smaller ones. The larger, please snap into place. What the heck is going on here? This is goofy. There we are. I was gonna say, everything gonna show up, or are we gonna have to? We're gonna just walk right in the door. The smaller ones are better because you can get the recipes, the blueprints out of them. The unfortunate part is that the larger ones that have the dogs running around them, as you saw before, they don't give you the recipe, so it's not exactly the one you want. Now we gotta have to fight with the sentinels here. Let's get back up far enough that he goes after that instead of me. If he goes to check it out, oh, there's 4 of them. How about that? I get about halfway to almost 3/4. Once they realize they gotta find me, we then make the run for the door. And by the time they realize that I'm in trouble, I'm already inside and away from them. So now they don't have to attack me. I can just go about my business. Alright, so the alarm has locked the terminal. A message displays itself letter by letter on the screen. It says words that I don't know. Interloper, which is me. Yeah, we know that. The alarm shows no sign of stopping. I noticed the wall-mounted security scanner slowly turns toward me. Alright. Wall-mounted security. Let's see here. So, we've got 3 choices. Shoot the cameras, apply an override chip, or cut the input wires, 2 of which require a microprocessor, which I actually do have. We don't want to shoot the cameras because that would be a negative response. I'm gonna have to have a microprocessor here to do it, because I can either cut the input wires or apply an override chip. So either or is a positive response, and luckily I have the actual recipe here. I have one on me because I was building things and I bought them from the space station. There we go. So now we can It's going to give us the option of having to learn a new recipe. We have two choices here: product recipes for components and devices, or valuable products. I've only got one more left to get. That's the living glass. I've already unlocked all of these. We started with the lubricant. We moved our way through the rest of them. I did a lot of them offline, but you're getting to see the last couple. So I also recommend that you get through and unlock the Atlas passes, because when you get to the bigger ones, facilities, they have more doors, and you can have access to the Atlas pass finally, and you don't have to wait for Polo and Nada. And then, of course, because we've solved the riddle and everything else, the alarms go off and we don't have to worry about anything. The sentinels are no longer bothering us, and now we can leave. We can go back to our base and collect everything and start to build these massive money-making products, which is awesome. So, yeah. Huh. Where are my bases? Over this way. We need the space to get there. Alright, we are back at the big old base. Super duper fun time wild base, so that I called it, because I'm an idiot like that. And we have our 30 of those biodomes we talked about. Big wonderful biodomes that cause all kinds of trouble when you leave for 5 minutes and they all have to disappear. I'm going to collect everything because I have enough stuff right now. You know how to collect all that stuff. I've showed you how to do it. It's not a big deal. I need to repopulate half the stuff and make sure I've got everything done. I kind of half-assed it with the other two bases, as you saw me run through, and it was empty biodomes, which I probably needed to fill with stuff. But here's the thing. For the circuit boards, the liquid explosives, and the living glass, you need the following. You need to be able to make lubricant and glass for the living glass. You need to be able to make a heat capacitor and a polyfiber for the circuit board, and for the liquid explosives you need acid and the unstable gel. So you're going to need enough stuff for those are the three hot ticket items as far as building and crafting from all these materials. And I've done it before, I'll do it again. Here's the ingredients you're going to need for each one of these biodomes. You're going to need, for the circuit boards alone, you need 20 frostwort, 50 solar vines, 10 cactus, and 80 star bramble. Those ingredients will build all the components that make the actual circuit board. For the living glass farm, you're going to need 50 frostwort, 20, and I think it's called facium. It used to be, I don't remember what it was called before, but it was something. It was called something else, and I don't remember what it's called. But it's in the old video. And then 80 gamma weed, and then those three items will make all the components of the living glass. And then for the liquid explosive, you're going to need 16 mordite, which is one single solitary. It takes a while to get them. Like I said, that Icona cactus or whatever it is, and then 120 fungal mold, which is a huge amount. That's like 7.5 biodomes worth. So that's where you get about 31. Now, if you don't want to fuss with these things where there's overlap, you may have to add in maybe another biodome or two. Now, my suggestion would be is to build the first biodomes to cover all of the frostwort first, if you know the recipe for glass. Because if you know the recipe for glass, you can plant all the frostwort, gather up every time they go off, which is pretty quick, and then you can use that to build the rest of the glass you're going to need for the biodomes. Otherwise, you need to refine, like I said before, that silicate powder that you get from using the terrain manipulator. I used enough of it here that I could just keep feeding it, because I carved out the mountainside here, as you can see. So now that you have all that stuff, I have one container, storage container, that has everything in it of those products. And as you can see, I have all of the items plus the things to make the actual the root or the plant that you can plant. Like for the star bramble, you need the star bulb and you need paraffinium. For the frost crystal, you're going to need the frost. The frostwort, you're going to need the frost crystal and the dioxide as well. And then like the gamma weed, and uranium, and then pyrite and the cactus flesh, which makes the Yeah, I couldn't. It looks like a echinacea, but it's like a conocactus or something like that. And then the selenium takes phosphorus, and the mordite and fascium are planted just by themselves. So that's all you need for that. So let's grab all these things. If I have enough room in my inventory to do this, I should at this point. So let's see if we can just empty out this stuff. Now again, I have more than plenty to make for 20. I don't need this stuff. You don't need you just need that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that. No free slots in ship in inventory. Yeah, I know. Alright, so now we have all that stuff. Let's make 20 of the items. And we can do it in the ship, I guess. Possibly. So let's see here. Like I said, the living glass itself is 5 glass each. So I won't make that one first because you can only stack those 5 at a time. So the key capacitor and the polyfibers are individual ones. So I need 20 of each of those. So let's see. Can I make 20 of these? I should be able to. Whoops, that was dumb. So 20. And I can only make 10 of them for right now. Okay. Well, that takes up all of my inventory. So let's start this again. I think where I made the mistake was the fact that I had to go build those other 3 bases and use all of the stores that I had available to plant all the stuff. So now I don't have anything left that I had collected over time. So, okay, but we got that and the star bulb. We can make more. The polyfiber, we can make 15 of those. And the heat capacitors, and that's, yeah, oh, whoops, I got the wrong thing in the wrong hole. Okay, yeah, don't have me explain that one. Let's put the let's put this in our starship for now. So, we have any more selenium? Yes, we do. Okay. Heat capacitor and frost crystals. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong button. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we can make 15 for right now. That's not too horrible. So let's make 15 circuit boards. We can make 5. Oh, because they only stack that way. That kind of sucks. You can only make 5 at a time because that's how they stack. Well, now. That was interesting. So we got 15 circuit boards. Yeah, 15 circuit boards. Remember I said we have 1.7? We need to go sell them. I don't have a way to sell them on my base now, do I? Or I mean, I haven't built one of these suckers. So yeah, we'll have to go somewhere else and build them. So let me go get the other ingredients and we'll build the rest. Alright, we've got all the ingredients to start making the living glass. So we've got our frostwort, we've got our fascium, and we've got our gamma weed. So let's make the lubricant first, which is the fascium and the gamma weed, or gamma root. And for those, we're going to make 20 of them. Bip. And then we need to make 20, what was it, whoops. I keep hitting the wrong button. I always go back in my gun. Why does that happen? We need 5 times... That's going to be a lot. It's going to take up a lot of space. We're going to have to do these as we go. So let's make as many as we can now. And then we could make our living glass. And then we make more glass. We make more living glass. That's a pain. This is the pain in the ass part. These things that don't stack all that great. Now we make more living glass. We're gonna put these over in the ship for now. Oh, we're running out of room everywhere. How about that? We can make 4 of them. So, what are we missing now? We've got, in our ship, we've got, is that 5 of them? 5 of them, 10, 15, and then like 20. So let's, I want to use up the stuff because otherwise it will... Alright. Yeah, we'll store these. So now we've got 5, 10, 15, 20. We actually got, you know, over 20 from all the stuff. I mean, again, I've been doing all this and building and putting all the stuff in places, and I've had it lying about and just waiting to be used. So it's going to be that my test case for showing you how to do all this is going to run higher than what I said, which is not a bad thing. I'm just showing you how much money you can make. So, okay, the last thing we got to make is the liquid explosives, which we need, of course, the acid and the unstable gel. Now, the unstable gel itself is all the cactus flesh. The acid is the fungal mold and the mordite. So let's get all the let's get all that stuff into our let's see, cactus flesh. Let's see here, all the cactus flesh, the fungal mold. Let's get that. Let's see here. I can't see what that stuff's in the way. I hate that. That's one of the things I don't like. And the mordite. The mordite itself, I probably use up so much mordite making more mordite that I don't have enough to make all 20. But that is no matter. Sure, let's make us some acid and some unstable gel. How many of these can we make out of this whole batch? 20 of those. Oh, that's wonderful. How many can we make as far as the acid's concerned? We can make 5, because I used all the fungal mold to make the other. That just blows. I gotta go collect fungal mold. How about that? Live case here, we're showing you. I've got them, I just have to go get them. I didn't plant, yeah. I didn't know what I needed, so I stopped planting because these things were missing. Again with this shit. Alright. Fine, I'll play your game. I'll play your stupid game. No, not everything. Alright, it's kind of happening. Not really, but it's kind of happening. How much room do I have for this shit? I have none. I have no room for anything. You know what? I do have the room. I forgot they increased the capacity for your inventory, which is nice. But again, not everything came back. Not everything has... These were full. So it's not... Like I said, I would recommend against building them in Um, I would recommend against building them in these places because this is bullshit. I lost a lot of. I mean, they're here. They're still there. You just can't see them, and they're not all going to come back when I want them to. Which is just bull pucky. See, they show up out of nowhere, like John Cena. And they say, "I can't. You can't see me." All right. So we have all that. Let's build the rest of the acid. I can't even see from this position on the couch how many acid I had. I think we only made like 5. Yeah. I can put the mordite back in there because we don't need that for that acid. No, that's exactly what we needed. I have run out of room. My goodness. Here's some trickery you're going to only see here, folks. Just stick it. Look at I'm missing floor tiles now. Aw, come on. Luckily, I can get to it from outside the door where the door is missing. I told you, it's inventory management, the game. What I made a mistake is I should have built some of them first. Can I get to the... Seriously? The door just showed up again. Oh my god. Whoops. Doesn't matter. We can just... it has to make something. I just need the space. Yeah, doesn't really make anything, but I just need the inventory space. All right, liquid explosives. Where you at? Now I can make more stuff. Holy crap, folks! 15 of them. What am I missing? I'm missing acid. And for the acid, I'm missing the mordite because I used all the mordite to build more mordite. Alright, well, that being said, let's go back to the space station and sell everything we have and see how much money we can get out of it. Nope, I need to go to the space station. Space station. There we are. Alright, now, again, we talked about this before, but you can see here our economy as in this this particular solar system isn't so horrible. 20% of markup on the liquid explosives. The living glass is a 17% markup, and the the circuit boards. Circuit boards. They don't deal with circuit boards. Oh wait, no, never mind. They do deal with circuit boards. You just have to be in the right inventory screen. Circuit boards are 20% over. I have them all on the ship. So, look at what we're getting here. 16 million just for all 15 circuit boards. It's 14 million for all 15 liquid explosives. And the living glass is 10 million. Plus another 3 million for the ones on the ship. That's the other 5. So there you go. Look at, we started out with 1 million units, and now we have 40, over 45, over 46 million. We just made 45 million off of that much work. And now, if we wanted to, we could buy any one of these ships that we really wanted to. But we're not going to do that. Not yet, anyways. We have enough, we now have enough, though, that the newest feature in Desolation might be available to us, because I think there was a buy-in on it, wasn't there? Howdy, howdy. 5 million units for the coordinates for going to, you know, salvage that. We'll do that next time. But for now, understand that we have got the means to make 45 million units quite easily. Actually, if you think about it, I did that twice. Remember, I set up the main base with 31, and then I set up the 3 individual bases with enough to do another 20. Now we're talking about 80 million. We are set for life now. We don't even have to do anything. Game over. We can call it quits right now. We're not going to. But the idea being that, you know, we have not done any of the specialist missions for the armor, the farmer, the technician, the scientist, all that stuff, the aquatic underground stuff. We have not done the Artemis and the Apollo and all that stuff yet. We've just been going around and learning stuff and building and farming and crafting and making a heck of a lot of money. And that is, you know, that is pretty tremendous. We can look at, and it just seems like we get a lot more different. We get a lot. Is it me? This is our main. I had not seen these ships before. I'm thinking that because we just pumped all those products into the economy, that it just upped the class of ships that are coming in now. Because look at this. If I wanted to buy, you can't even buy that thing that we just made. But we could totally crash the economy here and go somewhere else and like buy our stuff back and then sell it. Now here's the thing: they don't deal with chromatic metal. They're not buying chromatic metal, or they're not selling it. The chromatic metal here is only 0.8% above the galactic average, which for me, I have enough to spend a million on. I'm going to do it just because I have it on me and I can go get more. I mean, it's being mined. I have a ton of it. So let's look at that price. 4,714 for the, and I have enough to make a million because or no. What is it just for one? Sell one for 4,714. I'm going to make, I'm selling for, boom, there's another million. There's another million. Now that that's sitting in the economy, it's not even out there. I thought the idea was you're supposed to be able to sell it, buy it back, and then go and take it somewhere else. I thought that was the whole point of that trick. But the item is not, it's not out there for me to buy anymore. But that's pretty cool. I mean, that's just the chromatic metal. I have a ton of it. That requires no work. It's doing it all passively. I just have to go collect it and then collect the copper. And then, look at this thing. What class is that? That's an, I can't even tell. That's a B class? Holy crap. That thing is awesome looking. We have attracted a whole new set of ships that we've never seen before. That's pretty sweet. Now that's a pretty sweet ship there. Look at this thing. 15 million for that. It's an A class one. So we're gonna have a lot more fun now, folks. We've got some money to burn, and we can go get a better freighter if we want. We could go get, you know, we could do all kinds of stuff. So I think next time we're gonna go and take care of this this new thing, the Desolation update, and take care of this salvaging thing. We'll do that. But for now, I'm going to go back and get some more stuff done, make some more money, and then we'll pick that up. So there you go. It's an awesome day. This is amazing. This is awesome. All right, have a good one. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.